Hello again, everyone. Welcome to the Rome Floyd Chamber Small Business Spotlight here on Rome Business Radio. We are broadcasting from the Hardy Realty Studios, and we work in cooperation with the Rome News Tribune. I am Roger Manus with Rome Business Radio.
And I'm Thomas Kislett with the Rome Floyd Chamber. Good morning, Roger.
Hi, Thomas.
Hey, how's it going?
We're doing great. You have assembled a large group today in our Zoom room. We hope to be back in studio soon, and we will be after Labor Day. But right now we're in a Zoom room, and this is to celebrate the recent membership drive that you guys put on at the Rome Floyd Chamber, which was a huge success. Congratulations!
Congratulations, everybody! Thank you again.
Thomas, do you want to take us around the room here and introduce us and get us going?
Sure, let's go and let me introduce everybody. Again, today's format is a little bit different, but we still want to give everybody a chance to introduce themselves personally and what they do in the community or in their business. And then we just chat about the membership drive, which was so awesome. So first up is Amma Roman McCool, and she's with Farmers Insurance. If you want to wave, Amma, so we know who you are. Then we have LaDonna Collins. She's the Executive Director of the Rome Floyd County Commission on Children and Youth. Hey. Then we have Abby McNeese, President of Accounting Solutions Plus, and she's also the former mayor and city commissioner. Hey, Abby. Then we have Rhonda Wallace. She is with Greater Community Bank, and she is a Floyd County Commissioner. Hey, Rhonda. Cassandra Wheeler, chairwoman of the board of the Rome Floyd Chamber, and she's also the regional director of Georgia Power. Welcome. JJ Johnson. Hey, JJ. He's the owner of Smoothie King. And then we have also attending Michelle Reichert with Hardy Realty. Hey, Michelle. And then last but not least, Stephanie Nichols with Maximum One Community Realty. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Hi there. Because of the size of the crowd, Thomas, I had asked everybody to make sure they were muted unless they were speaking. So when everybody was waving back, we were just seeing waves. We weren't hearing, hey, good morning, but I think most of people were saying that. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. I really don't even know where to start. So, Thomas, where would you like us to start? Maybe with Cassandra, since she's the chairwoman?
Yes.
So, hi, Cassandra. First of all, if you could just, hello, how are you?
Hello.
If you could just tell us a little bit about, let's just talk business first, because the podcast here is to celebrate business and create connections. Tell us a little bit about your role at Georgia Power, what it is that you do, and how important you guys are to our community, obviously.
So at Georgia Power, thank you for having us. At Georgia Power, I am the regional director for the Northwest region. So that is as far south as Polk County, and we go all the way up to the the Tennessee, Georgia line. My primary responsibility is in external affairs. We connect with the community. We're responsible for engaging our elected officials, both the local elected officials as well as the state elected officials who are local, and then engaging with the public to ensure that our brand remains strong in this region.
Well, and connecting externally, I guess that's why the heavy involvement in the chamber, right? Because that's its mission as well.
That is correct. Yeah, we have a long history of being involved with the chamber. I just happen to be the chair this year, but even when we're not in leadership positions on the board, we still contribute a great deal and participate in many of the things that the chamber has going on.
Well, thank you, Thomas. This group that you assembled, what was the specific duties of these people during the membership drive? Why did you pick these?
Okay, so we were working together with a event agency that is specialized in membership drives, and we got a huge folder, like a playbook, if you will, and they really encouraged us, to follow every step by step, even if it, wouldn't really make sense. And the first step, which totally made sense, it was, to recruit a team of leaders throughout the community, which, work as our chairs, event chairs. So, they wanted to have kind of like a team challenge atmosphere, and so the goal was to assemble 8 to 10 different teams. So there's a competition factor. And then we just reached out, and everybody was on board, and we had a first meeting. It was a pre-meeting, and we had one of the representatives speak about the event, and everybody was more or less excited about it. But the excitement grew over time, and they were charged to recruit their own team, and those team captains, they recruited more team players, so to speak. So that's how it worked.
So these are all your team leaders.
Yes. No, chairs.
I'm sorry. Yeah. And what was
chairs? They stop on top of the list. So
right.
Eventually.
And so who won the competition? Rhonda's waving her hand. I'm seeing a lot of people. So we'll go to Rhonda next. So Rhonda, tell us a little bit about this and the competition. You're of course with Greater Community Bank, and you serve our community on Floyd County Commission. But just tell us a little bit about this competition.
Well, it was so much fun. What happened, to tell the real story, Thomas, what happened is we went to a meeting and then realized that we were going to be chairing or being the chair people of the leadership of the chamber membership drive. And when we got there, it was like, oh my God, we're so busy. How in the world are we going to do this? So we were smart people as we are. We thought we needed a partner. So several of us partnered with someone else, and my partner is Evie McNeese. She was on the city commission for a long time and was our mayor. And since I served on the county commission, we worked together so well already that we thought that would be a great partnership. And so we decided to do that. And then we recruited some people to work with us that we knew that were heavily involved into the community, and that would come out and make some calls and help us get some new members. And we were so successful. But I can tell you, these other people on the screen, they're pretty much rock stars. I mean, they rocked it. It took each one of us just pushing each other a little bit more. And we did it all in fun. And it was just a great experience. And it was great for our community for us to get new members.
Well, it's interesting. I feel like I'm watching a reality television show because basically you said you formed an alliance. how those alliances work. So, Evie, if you could weigh in on how that worked for you guys, just working together with Rhonda.
Well, it turned out to be a really good partnership. Rhonda knew certain people, and I knew certain people that we used as our captains. And then they recruited people who were so involved in the community. So we had a really strong team. But if you looked around, everybody had strong teams. It was absolutely amazing to walk into that room and to see the entire leadership of Rome and Floyd County in there working together to, increase the membership of the Rome Floyd Chamber. So it was very competitive. I have to tell you that. We had cowbells that every time we got someone to join the chamber, we were ringing bells. And so there was bells ringing. There were people all over the place. Everybody was cheering everybody else on. There, like I said, there still was a competition. So there was that undercurrent. But in the end, it was all for the same cause, and everyone. It was the absolute best membership drive that I can remember, and I know every one of these people also have been involved in so many. But it was fun, it was competitive, and it was very successful.
Well, Thomas, if you could just touch on the hard numbers, and I'll check in with, I guess, LaDonna next as I go around my screen here. But Thomas, so this put the chamber over 1,000 members strong, right? So what did you generate in new membership with this drive?
Correct. So the ultimate goal was to reach that 1,000 membership mark from 900, and that thought that was pretty, a goal hard to achieve. But I was in awe at the end of the days when we tallied all the numbers together. We came within 3 days. We recruited 181 new members.
Wow.
And they still keep coming. So there's still that that effect, that word of mouth effect, and people are still talking about the event. And Alma just sent me somebody yesterday over to sign up, and that's part of that membership drive. And I think we'll reach overall probably at least 200.
But if people still send you new members, the competition's over, right?
The competition is over. Yes, and now it's we are competing here at the chamber to keep everybody happy, and most of those new members we haven't even seen and met yet. So and it's important to us that we introduce ourselves personally to them and get to know them, and hence we have 3 orientation meetings this week. One is coming up right after this podcast. At 11 o'clock here at the chamber, and then we have one tomorrow early morning and one on Thursday afternoon. They just introduce ourselves, explain all the benefits of a chamber, and Roger will be there one of the meetings at least to tell them about the podcast, because some people are intimidated. There's lots of information, and we just need to kind of like create that relationship that that we are all basically one family, and we've been all in their shoes, but we have all the same goal. And that's our next step to do here at the chamber.
Great. LaDonna, you're the executive director of the Rome Floyd County Commission on Children and Youth, and I know you're active in the chamber, obviously, because you were approached about being one of these membership drive people. What has the chamber meant to you, not only personally, but maybe with your organization, as far as the connectivity to the rest of the community?
The chamber pretty much means to me is working together for an ultimate goal of our community. Even though we all have different goals, at the end of the day, we want to make sure that the organizations, the families, and the children in our community are able to be productive citizens in Floyd County. And that's been very, very important to me, that while working with the family and the children, we talk about economic development and let them know, here's what our community does for economic development. Here's what the chamber can do for the educational aspect of our community. So the chamber is very important to me in me being able to let our community know this is who you can reach out to help you if you have a goal of entrepreneurship or owning a business. There are resources right here in our community that can help you succeed outside of me, and you'll be able to do it on your own with resources on One Riverside Parkway.
Thank you for that. I'm just going to kind of continue going around my Zoom room. I'm not doing this in any particular order, alphabetically or anything, but let's stop by Smoothie King. Hi, JJ. How are you?
Hola, I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm great. Tell us about your experience in being a part of this membership drive.
It was intimidating at first. I will be honest, I didn't want to do it because I thought it was crazy. But I had to eat my words. It was one of the best experiences that I had, and doing it built my faith into it. And eventually, because when I first started, I called Cassandra and was like, "Hey, this." I said, "I think we need a team. How many people do you have, and how many?" We kind of came together, decided that we were better together than we were apart. And so we kind of merged, and I think it was an excellent merge. We had an excellent team. Rhonda got us by a little bit, but we had a great time. The competition was fun. And so I will say I would do the experience again. And the way that it was set up, it really gave us momentum to grab all those members. I do not think if we did it the traditional way, we would have had the success that we had. It was truly unique. And I think, Roger, you just had to be there to experience. Some things just cannot be told. They have to be experienced. And this was one of those things that really had to be experienced to really get the full effect of what happened in that room in 3 days. It was, I wouldn't say short of a miracle. It was just certainly amazing.
Well, that's great to know. And again, we touch on the reality TV thing. You formed an alliance. This sounds like this competition was friendly but cutthroat underneath.
Oh, cheating was fair.
And Roger, don't let anybody kid you. When JJ walks in the room, there is excitement just from him being there. He just lightens up the world, and we all love him. And it was just really a great experience.
You're too kind, Rhonda. You're too kind.
Well, I do know during this process, I got texted by Michelle Reichard about some family members. So Michelle, with Hardy Realty, of course, thank you for always being our studio sponsor. What was your sales pitch when you were talking to people about wanting to join the chamber? What do you say? What's the pitch?
I think that's a great part about it. And looking here on the screen, and even all of our teams, everyone was so different, personalities, careers, and that I think that's really what made it all work. So what I said was probably definitely different from some other people. And I honestly, for a lot of my friends and clients that I reached out to, I tried to relate what I think the benefit for them was, and their benefit may be different from mine. So I think that it was probably tailored different to every person we called. We had a great tutorial at the beginning of every session. And so a lot of our volunteers were hearing about the chamber and just the breadth of what they do. We had just a crash course. I think that's the best term for it. Just a crash course at the start of every session. Hit the highlights, but really it was just tailored. It was a personal conversation with people you know. So yeah, I did hit you and the family up.
Yes, you did. Which is okay. What's interesting to me, Michelle, is I would imagine that's the way you sell houses. The house you like,
it's who you know.
The house may not be what you like personally, but you're trying to find a house for your client.
Right.
So their needs and wants that the chamber can provide would be the way you would approach, say, here's what the chamber can do for you. They do something different for me because they do all of these things.
That's right.
Did I say that succinctly? Who have we not? Oh, we haven't heard from Alma. I'm probably leaving somebody else out. Oh, and Stephanie. So hi, Alma. I'm Roger.
Hey, Roger.
Am I saying it right? Is it Alma or Alma?
Alma.
Alma. And you're with Farmers Insurance, is that correct?
Yes.
So,
yeah.
So tell us about your involvement in the chamber. How long have you been involved, and what made you want to get involved in this membership campaign?
Wow. Well, I consider myself a veteran of the chamber already. I've been an ambassador for over 10 years, way before I became a small business owner myself. So the chamber is definitely, I've always said this, I know it sounds cliche, but it's reality. It's a family, this is my home. So I walk in like, okay, walking in my home, but I had never been part of something as fun and exciting as this membership drive. And I have to say that for a minute there, I thought, I'm not going to be able to be a part of it. Because even though I was there for the breakfast, life happens and some things came up, and I was just very upset that I was probably going to be not able to be a part of it. But it turned out that I was, and it was a great experience. It was way beyond my expectations for the chamber. I'm so happy to be a part of and just be in a room full of leaders in our community, and just to see everybody come together for the benefit of the chamber, the benefit of the small business owners out there. And I consider this membership a success for me in more than one way, but mainly in the Hispanic community. I was able to recruit more than I expected, small business owners with just, Latino business owners. And I did focus on them specifically because I'd always had just, not that it was a fear, but it was just, I'd always approach, the Latino community, and they just seemed to just not see the value of the chamber from an individual standpoint. Like I would say, hey, I would use myself as an example. I've been a member since I became a small business owner. But I think word of mouth is very important. And I had a good friend of mine that is very involved in the Latino community. And I said, hey, do you have anybody in mind? And so I started calling and using him as a reference. And of course, using me as an example of how long I've been involved with the chamber, the benefits of the chamber, why it's important to be a member of the chamber, not just from a benefit to them, but also benefit to our community and being involved as a whole. Then they were very, very interested in that. And they had, I had someone that said, I've never really had it explained that way. I just thought it was something that were trying to sell. And I said, no, it's bit more than that. And so they're very, very excited to come on board, and I'm trying to get them to come to the orientations. But it was a success. Everybody there was just rock stars, like Rhonda said. And, and it was an amazing experience.
Well, it's interesting as you were speaking, everybody on the Zoom call was nodding in agreement on a lot of the things that you were saying. And it also just as a reflection, as I look here at my Zoom screen, how vibrant and rich Rome is in its diversity and its small business owners and its organizations and businesses and leaders. We're a great small town. We've got this vibrant, diverse community that's working together. And not only this Zoom call, this podcast, this membership drive, but your guys' participation in the chamber reflects that. Stephanie, what was your experience in being involved in this?
Well, actually, it's not my first rodeo doing the membership drive. I was chair of the membership drive one year when we did it the old way. So, and I was top seller a couple years ago for the membership drive. So, actually, I was supposed to be a captain, and like Alma said, she couldn't do it, so I come in as a chair last minute. And our team was kind of small, but we pulled out at the end and stuff. So sometimes you got to sweet talk them to join the chamber, but I'm always getting people to join. Matter of fact, I had somebody yesterday. I was nonprofit talked to a girl yesterday, and she's going to join the chamber. Because she had no one ever talked to her about joining the chamber. But it's just, I'm always on point talking to people about joining the chamber and stuff, because I'm a VIP ambassador, been doing the ambassador program for a very long time, 2-time ambassador of the year and everything. And it's just, the chamber has always been there for us as a business and stuff. And every business that I have worked with has been a chamber member. So one of the former chamber employees always used to say that I was the non-paid chamber employee, because everybody thought I worked for the chamber, and still do think I work for the chamber. So, and then I get, I saw you in the paper, I saw you this or whatever. And they also think I'm the mayor of Rome. So, and I know everybody, and everybody there will agree that I know everybody, but I don't know some people, but it has helped me grow in my career to know, of what I do in the community and other things that I do. So, and I can sell the chamber. Yes, I can. That's one hit.
Well, that's great to know. Cassandra, as the chairwoman, I want to kind of go around just briefly one more time. What's your overall take of how successful this was? How proud you are of the group, I guess, being the chairwoman of the chamber. Just talk about the overall success and what it means to you guys.
So initially, I was concerned that it wouldn't be successful. Traditional campaigns end with someone winning a really big prize. The prize in this campaign, and it was explained to us at the very beginning, was community involvement. And the idea that we could pull so many business leaders together to produce such great results, to take the chamber over 1,000 members, almost 200 strong new members, and then to add the level and the amount of diversity that we added during the membership drive is phenomenal. You know, we are coming out of, hopefully, a pandemic, and a lot of the small businesses in the community suffered. And yet, most of them that we contacted found it valuable and beneficial to be a part of the chamber. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud of the number of people who came together to this friendly competition, but to also grow the chamber and to help improve the community and the business community in particular. So we're very successful in building a team throughout the community, even though we had about 8 different teams to start out with. All of us are a team that helped to build the chamber, and it was a phenomenal experience.
Well, that's well said. Thomas, I'm just putting the numbers together in my head with basically 200 editions that takes you over 1,000. That's a 20% growth rate for the chamber in just 2 or 3 days. That's astonishing.
Correct. So we are still in awe, and now our primary goal is retention. So we want to keep all of these new members, and we need to communicate, and we need to explain all the benefits of the chamber. Many of you guys said everybody has a different goal, and we just need to explain that. And we are all one family. We all want to get along with each other, and we want to grow. And I want them all to be a part of it. And hopefully in 3 years, when we do this again, have some of those new members also in the leadership team of creating an event like this again.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. How often do you do this?
According to the event agency, it makes sense to do it every 3 or 4 years. So, you always ask me about a theme or, what we have all in common at one of those shows, at podcasts. And, it's almost like an Olympic spirit, in the Olympics, they happen every 4 years. And, everybody comes together peacefully. And I just pointed out the Olympic spirit because that first of all, it happened during the Olympics. We did it at a event space, that had something to do with challenge and competition. And the mission of the Olympic spirit is to build a peaceful and better world, in the Olympic spirit, which requires mutual understanding with a spirit of friendship, solidarity, and fair play. Olympic spirit strives to inspire and motivate the youth or the community of the world to be the best they can be through educational and entertaining and interactive challenges. So I think that sums it all up, and that's what it really was at the end of the day.
Well, that's very profound. As always, Thomas, you do find a theme that connects. Before we wrap up, I don't want to go around the room. Does anybody have anything just one final thought they want to say? Just raise your hand and we'll touch on you. Or is everybody praise the chamber? And LaDonna?
I want to say that I totally missed the Olympics this year because of this. What's going on? We had our meeting on July 29th. I think the Olympics might have started around that time. So speaking of that time, is literally after that Thursday, when all was said and done, I think the Olympics was over within the next week. And when I looked up, and I'm a real Olympic fan, particularly track and field, and I realized that, I missed the whole Olympics because I was so eager and involved in this. But I said, what a better way. There's nothing better than I would have rather done, but to be involved in something that's going to bring our community to a better space. But just interesting that I realized I missed the whole Olympics.
But that's focus. That's dedication. That's what Olympic athletes do. They shut everything else out.
Yeah, well, we surely did. I think all of us can go around the room and thumbs up saying that we put our all into it, and that's why the chamber is the.
Yeah. Well, congratulations, Rhonda and Evie, on your gold medal, staying with the metaphorical Olympic theme. And for everybody else for their participation, and the silver and the bronze, they count too. They're still medalists. Okay, well, that'll wrap it up. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining us. This has been a great show. Of course, you can join the chamber anytime. You don't have to wait for a membership drive, so just reach out to the folks at the Rome Floyd Chamber. I'm Roger Manus for Rome Business Radio. Thank you so much for listening. This has been the Rome Floyd Chamber Small Business Spotlight. We broadcast from the Hardy Realty Studios, and we work in cooperation with the Rome News Tribune. Thank you.